Greetings and salutations. How are you today? Me? Fantastic. Thanks for asking. I got a little bug up my butt yesterday, and not only did I spray some epoxy primer, but I got out the Clausen's Z-Chrome and I put a couple of coats of that on. So this video is just going to be kind of an update of the major 3 projects that I'm working on currently: the Dodge Dart, the bus, and the 93 Jeep Cherokee. Let's just discuss the obvious elephant in the room. Why is that not gray and why is it in buckskin? Well, this is the product that I used. Forgive me, it's heavy. Z-Chrome Rust Defender. Now this stuff, I learned about Z-Chrome back when I used to watch TV. If you're like me and you watched Sunday morning Spike TV, remember back in the day when they used to have the power block? They had a bunch of automotive related programming on Sunday mornings, and one of those was I think Muscle Car or something like that, and they did a lot of resto mods and stuff, and they used this Clausen's. It's a direct metal primer that's also a high build primer. So I don't know if it's going to show up that well here, but if you remember or not, you can still see some of the heavy scratches here. But this is all sanded in 36 grit, and one coat of this is 5 mil thickness, and I got 2 coats on this. Would be somewhere between probably 8 and 10 mils of thickness, and that's thicker than the depth of a 36 grit sanding scratch. So in essence, what this stuff is sprayable Bondo. So I call it high build primer. There are other products that I've used that are high build primers, like Feather Fill and all that stuff. But one thing that they all have in common is that they're very viscous. It's like trying to spray motor oil. It's actually thicker than motor oil. It's like almost the consistency of gear oil. It's maybe even a little more viscous than gear oil, this stuff is. So you need a really wide tip, typically a 2 millimeter tip or bigger. I've never seen a larger than 2 millimeter tip, and I don't have any. I bought one. I take that back, I do have one that I purchased for this gun, but I don't use this gun that often. I only use it when I run out of these. And anyway, is it this one? I'd have to double check. Yeah, I think maybe I used the wrong one. I have one of these that I've set up that I've actually drilled the tip out, and I think this is the one I was trying to spray this through. Yeah, it was. That's why I was having such a difficult time yesterday. I sprayed it through my HVLP gun, and this is a 1.4 tip, and you have to thin it, and you can thin it with either urethane reducer or acetone. Thin it up to 5%. That's still pretty thick. So it's not easy to spray, and I don't know what the shelf life of this stuff is. I've had this on my shelf for probably at least 7 years. I've had it on my shelf, so it's probably not even any good. That's why I decided to spray this on the fenders and stuff instead of the body of the car, because worst case scenario, I could just sand this off with some 80 grit. Well, I got the car outside, waiting to come back in. I just got my paint that came today. I tell you what, in terms of the black paint that I've been using Omni. Omni is kind of like the budget brand of DuPont. And man, I tell you what, I like that paint. That's what I've used in the past on the inside of the doors and the inside of the hood and the trunk lid. Talk about a pain in the ass trying to get some of that stuff. If I would have gone into Vegas, I probably could have got some, but by the time I got the paint and the reducer plus the cost of the fuel to go back and forth, didn't seem worth it to me. So I ended up buying cute little stirring sticks. Those are cute. I ended up buying a Trinity paint kit. This is the same brand of paint that I used to paint my dually. And let me pull this out of the box and I'll show you what you get. Full disclosure, I'm not being compensated for this. I just used their product and I had good success with it. So, you know, take that for whatever it's worth. I believe this is, yeah, the acrylic enamel paint kit. And this is a complete setup here. It comes with the wet look hardener, the paint itself, and a medium reducer. And I think I'm into this for 60 bucks. You can't beat that with a stick. I couldn't even buy a quart of Omni Jet Black for that much. Well, I probably could have bought a quart of Jet Black Omni for 60 bucks. But I would have to drive 160 miles to do that. And that prices it out of rate. Anyway, long story long, that's what I'm going to use to jam this thing. And so I'm get this stuff out of the way over here and bring the car back in. I'll probably go ahead and put the fenders on just because I don't have any good place to put those right now. And if they're on the car, then I don't have to worry about them. So I'll put the fenders back on the car, pull the car back in here, and get the car ready for jamming. I probably won't get around to doing that tomorrow, but I probably won't get around to doing that until next week because I want to get back on doing some of the upholstery in the bus. Like I mentioned a couple of videos ago, my material for the cushions came in. I've got the air conditioning on in the bus right now, trying to cool that down so I can go in there and cut some foam. And once the foam is cut, I'll come in and clear off the kitchen table and set up a sewing station there so I can start sewing up some cushions. The other thing, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag before I actually do the video for the Jeep. But like I mentioned, the air conditioning system has been a stumbling block for me because some of the parts are not available. And so I had to, like one of the hoses wasn't available, I had to make a new hose. And then the other thing is that the refrigerant that was used in 1993 is no longer available. And if you can find it, it's old stock and you're gonna pay a handsome premium for it, like a lot. I've seen little 10-ounce cans of R12 going for north of 50 bucks, and I'm not paying $50. I'm not paying, see, well, how many would I need? 4? I'm not paying a couple $100 to fill this with R12. Like I mentioned before, I don't know if this is going to work in this application. I know it works because I know a guy that did this to his truck, and he's been going on 3 years without having to recharge it. But what he used was computer duster. And computer duster is basically R152A, I think is the nomenclature. But what it is, where's the box that came in? Where's the box? Here it is, over here. It is difluorothane. Now, I'm not gonna recommend you do this. I don't know legalities of using this as a refrigerant. I'm sure that you wouldn't be able to get your AC guy to do this, but I've seen it done. I know it works, so I'm going to give it a go. You might be asking, well, why don't you just convert it to R134A? And there's a few reasons why I'm not going to do that. First, doing a conversion can get expensive. The first thing you need to do is replace every rubber O-ring in the whole system with nitrile O-rings. These green nitrile O-rings. You got to go through and replace all the O-rings in the system. If your compressor has anything other than nitrile seals, they'll fail. So you have to go through and you have to replace all the freaking seals with nitrile seals that are compliant with the PAG oil that you're going to have to replace. That's the other disadvantage. You're going to have to replace all the oil in the entire system, which means you're going to have to replace the receiver dryer, because that's usually where the oil is stored. And, you know, it falls into the receiver dryer, and that's where that's kind of the reservoir for the oil. If you don't swap out the oils and you try to use PAG oil in place of the ester oil that's in the R12 system, you're going to create an acidic condition inside your air conditioning system, and it's going to rot from the inside out. Your compressor is going to fail, and it's going to get really expensive. And that's the other thing, is that 134A is not as an efficient of a refrigerant as R12 was, and you end up losing some efficiency by doing the conversion. By using this stuff, apparently it works just as well as R12, and this whole, I got what, 6 7-ounce cans, 24 bucks. It's pretty cheap. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, I'm over it. No big deal. But before I can recharge it, I need to pull a vacuum on that AC system, make sure that it's going to hold the vacuum, and that way I can assure it's not going to leak. So stay tuned for that one. That's an upcoming video. Let's go out into the bus and take a look at what's going on out there. Okay, so you can see I got the foam laid out here, and I have decided that I'm going to use a full-length cushion for the bottom and a full-length cushion for the back, instead of breaking them in 2s or into 3s. I asked that question in a previous video, and somebody said if you ever want to sleep on them, make them full length, and that's kind of what I was thinking too. But I have to cut this foam, and the way that you do that is with an electric, the way I'm going to do it is with an electric kitchen knife. You know, I need to cut a couple inches off the end, and then I need to determine, you know, this is where the cushion's going to probably end, about a 1/2 inch. Proud of that. And then I'll just have another cushion for the back, duplicate that for the back side, and I'll show you the fabric that I got. All right, so this is the bottom panel. It's just a that's the bottom part of the cushion. This is the fabric that I'm going to be using. A little leaf pattern on a turquoise fabric. There's a 10-yard bolt of it right there. And I'll be using my mom's old Kenmore look at that relic. Huh? Don't make them like that no more. But that's what I'll be using to sew those up. And that should be the next bus video you see. So, and then on top of that, I still got bathroom renovations to finish. I don't know if I'll make any videos. You want to see some videos on bathroom renovations? And I could show you how I did the master. I still have to do the kids' bedroom or bathroom. If you want to see a bathroom remodel video, go ahead and comment in the comment section. But that's all I got for today. Just a little update on some of the projects I'm working out here at the Crooked Nail Ranch. So if you like what you see, smash that like button and share these videos with your vast social media network. Appreciate it if you can do that. Thank you in advance. I'd like to invite you at this time too to click the subscribe button. It's down underneath here somewhere. And if you do click the subscribe button, click the bell icon too. That way YouTube will let you know next time I upload a video. If you'd like to support this channel financially, there's a few ways you can do that. You can go through the links in the description. Amazon affiliate links, products that you might see here that you're interested in, or just go through one of those links to get whatever it is you do want if you shop on Amazon. If you want to throw me a bone, a nickel or two, there's a PayPal link. And if you want to support this channel for as little as $3 a month, check out the Patreon link. Check those out, see if that's something you're interested in doing. If you can, thank you again. And if you can't afford to do that, I completely understand. It means we're probably related. So until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep your powder dry. Have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.